Most people are getting scammed chasing pump and dump meme coins, but there is one coin on Solana you can actually buy and hold and outperform 99% of traders who is not even playing in their shady games, trading pump and dumps and all this stuff. Today, we're talking about YEE, original Pepe rival. Rich lore. The history of this meme coin is even older than the history of crypto. I will break down the chart. I will break down the narrative so you will finally understand what is actually happening here. We will go through recent community updates. We'll go through who is actually buying this coin. And they are buying. Fucking believe me. They are buying in order to dump on your heads later. But in order to dump, they have to pump first. And we will figure out why it's the most overlooked meme coin on Solana market at this stage. Missed Pepe? This is your shot. Don't blow it up. Let's get into it. Now, the question you might have, why I'm talking about it for third video in a row, like what's unusual about it? Like what is the narrative? What is YEE in the first place? Today, I'm answering this. Like right now, I'm answering this exact question. So I don't think crypto Twitter fully realizes how strong the YEE narrative. OG meme that is older than many TikTok DJing kids in the trenches. Even older than TikTok DJing kids, right? Not even talking about like crypto. YEE is Pepe's main rival. Pepe is the main meme coin on Ethereum. Solana is the main rival to Ethereum. Ethereum has Pepe, Solana has YEE. And YEE will win sooner or later because YEE never lose. Pepe always wins, YEE never lose. YEE has huge meme potential as a character. Given the new AI capabilities, the community can make an absolute ton of funny and unique content. YEE is a very strong ticker. Just think about this ticker. Like when you say YEE, just say it out loud. YEE. It's nice. You kind of feel happy when you say it, right? That can be easily natively shielded and applied in wordplay. You can replace the word yes with YEE. You can easily implement it into most words with vowels A, I, E. Example, I eat jits, YEE in April, right? Huge number of articles, threads on Reddit, YouTube videos with 10 million views. Not just 10 million views, 100 million views. 100 million views. This is the meme coin out there. Is that not enough for you? Everyone knows about YEE. They just need to be reminded. Sources, Wiki Destiny, Know Your Meme. Guys, when you have the article on Know Your Meme about meme coin, you know right away you find something great. You just found something like a golden fucking diamond. Diamond made of gold, right? YouTube, 100 million videos, Reddit thread as well. Study YEE lore, study conviction. YEE was viral before you even knew the word. And it will be viral again. Now it is one of the strongest narratives on the market and YEE will be one of the top meme coins on Solana. Mark my words. YEElians. The biggest monster movie of all time, Godzilla. And Godzilla is setting up a white flag. Let's listen to this one again. I do believe it's quite an important one. Look at the face of Wop here. Once he heard YEE. This is the face of the holder of YEE. Once he bought in, once he actually researched on the narrative, once he figured out what exactly he is holding, once he understood in the upcoming 1.5 months, he will be outperforming 99% of Solana traders out there. They will struggle, they will look on chain, they will trade, they will do pump and dumps, they will make some things in terms of the cables, and the holder of YEE, he will just be sitting there, just chilling, and just see the number go up. Be active member of community. You cannot neglect the virality of this thing. We'll talk about this as well. We'll talk about this. It's very, very important. Let's quickly go back into the chart of YEE. We actually pumped to 1.7 million yesterday. Then we dumped to 900K. Then we pumped to 2.1. And then we had a dumpage to 1.3. These like Solana jits, they're insane. I would say the main reason for the fact that this is happening is because a lot of people actually were able to buy at the bottoms. Like they were able to buy the exact bottoms. Right now they're scared or they're looking like a lot of money for themselves, and that's why they're essentially selling, trying to reposition into something else, whilst it will probably be the biggest mistake they will essentially be doing in the upcoming couple of months. Do you remember the post from X from yesterday I was sharing to you that the guy was saying something like, this period is crucially fucking important. Because some runners from this period, they will actually expand right after and they will just continue to grow, and they will never fucking stop. Remember Retardia last year, 2024, what happened? It was less than $1 million in market cap. Mitch bought it and he just became a good member of community. He just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. At the top, he had multiple 7 figures in it. This meta is coming back. I do see this pain on the market. People are tired of trading. They want to actually have something they can just buy and then they can just hold. There were no memes like that on Solana specifically in the recent times. And this is something that can just recover the whole meta. With the all lore, with the thing Pepe versus YEE, main rivals, Solana versus Ethereum, it's pretty insane. So we can definitely see the parabola here is slightly widening in comparison to the initial one that I was essentially making in the couple of videos back. But this chart, to me, it actually looks primed. It just supports all this structure, right? Guys, and I'm saying they are accumulating. They are accumulating, 100%. This week will be for expansion on YEE and Bitcoin. The reason I have this post, despite the fact it essentially does not have a lot of views, right? The reason I have this post here is because I was sharing to you from the guys who are efficient in on-chain analysis, right? They were saying bunch of 1% Bitcoin whales actually were buying into YEE. They bought into YEE. They got Bitcoin to 40-45 million. How they got Bitcoin to these numbers? By holding. Because it actually got there like in 1.5 months, right? It did not get there in like 2 days, just to dump and rug right after, as most of the attention-based memes out there currently, right? This is very important. This just might be someone from Bitcoin Cabal, so like he's sharing both and he's pushing both at this stage. It's a very, very interesting thing. I saw Georgie just called YEE in his channel, added more to my bag than higher. We'll talk about this as well. I do believe this is one of the reasons of one of the pumps out there. We'll talk about this, guys, because I told you about this 2 days ago. You could have capitalized 2 days ago by buying this thing in 600k market cap. You did not. We're still fucking early. Guess what? We're still fucking early. This screenshot was taken on May 27, 2025 at 2:45:06 p.m. YEE. On this current screenshot, YEE is $127.3 in market cap, right? It's obviously like a joke. The guy probably just changed the code on the web page, right? But it's a pretty interesting thing to speculate on this one, because what will be happening in 1.5 months? I do think it heavily depends on what will be happening on the market, and I actually expect the market to be bullish. I actually expect us to rally slightly into the FOMC meeting on 7th of May, and I actually expect 7th of May meeting to be very, very similar to the 18th of September meeting. And if you did not remember that one, what actually happened is that we had a slight rally, and right after we kicked off the rally till the end of October, start of November. Right after this meeting of 18th of September, right? And we still have like different polls, like people are saying like the chance of them decreasing the rates, it's constantly like fluctuates, right? Constantly fluctuates at this stage. I do believe it will be bullish. I do believe we will be in the bull setup till at least the middle of June. And in nice conditions on the marketplace, where this thing can just be going higher and higher and higher. And again, something I was telling you about before as well, that Memecoin traders, what they're doing currently, they're taking profits into stable coins, whilst what they could be taking currently is to take profits into coins, cult coins, right? All the coins that are down like maybe 80-95% at this stage, right? That are slightly starting to recover. YEE is just one of them that's new one, but arguably like the narrative of YEE, imagine compared to anything else you have on the marketplace currently, like it's arguably better, to be honest. And this thing is cheaper at this stage. The narrative is quite crazy. It's a rival of Pepe. Pepe is $3 billion in market cap. This thing is 1.5. I just want to make more Solana so I can accumulate more Pepe rival, YEE. This is something I was essentially sharing yesterday, I think, so I won't go through it much, right? Let's just move on. This is also something I shared already. This is something interesting I wanted to share. His stand name, just YEE. Ability, none. He doesn't need one. Speedwagon is afraid he does. So the reason I'm sharing this one is because this is a member of YEE community next. But as you can see the flag of Japan here. For some reason, I just do believe that Japanese community can really support this thing, right? Because they have Godzilla and YEE is a dino in the first place, right? And the narrative is pretty insane. So we already have guys from the Japanese community essentially supporting this thing. I do believe that like this thing can definitely extend there as well, which means that it will kind of be able to cover the West and the East, which is quite nice if you would ask me. I just love this meme. It's an OG like Pepe. It's even older. Not financial advice, do your own research. YEE is ready for the breakout. All JITs will be eaten. Yearlings coded. Yeah, the chart like right now, it looks absolutely insane. The best meme lore on the Solana blockchain technology. It's also very interesting one because arguably you might think that like it's just a statement, but if you would really think about that and look deeply, is there anything better? It's like the reason I like it as well. The reason I loved it in the first place is because we have so many things on Ethereum, on Base, that have this like rich lore, right? And it definitely helps people to support this holding culture that is present on that blockchain. So I would say mainly on Ethereum, right? With YEE on Solana, it's like this type of test where like lore is so rich. Like when these kids, when these people on Sol are diving deep into it and they see it already. Guys, I'm not just saying just for lols, like just for jokes that they are accumulating. They are fucking accumulating. In order to pump this thing, in order to dump it further. Because in order to dump, they have to pump. I'm even curious, I'm even like cautious with the word dump here. Because I do believe that something like this, if it gets like enough community exposure, it can just go up, go up, go up. And especially in the turns of the market. It's very, very important. Because if you get the things that are present and that are coming up in the turn of the market, just insane. Like they can be reaching insane, crazy valuations out there. DEX is updated with our new website and our Telegram for memes. This is something I just wanted to share, that the guys updated the DEX. They also created a website for this thing out there. It's pretty clean, I would say. It doesn't have anything, like it has 100 million views right here, right? So it doesn't have anything that it does not need to have, right? So it's just straight. This one is pretty important. This one I actually wanted to share specifically. I wanted to focus on as well. It also has not a lot of views, but I want you to understand the thought process behind this one. I'm buying small amounts every day. I feel really good about this. You know, all the professional investors, all the people who are controlling fucking like hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, at this certain point of time, the way they're making their investments, the way they're operating on the market is hugely due to intuition. A lot of Memecoin traders, I would say even like mid to long-term Memecoin holders, the way they were operating is through intuition as well. This is a very, very important thing. It's like connection to your higher self. You can ask your higher self like, hey, do you like it? What do you think, right? But the only way you can do it, the only way you can actually ask your higher self is by researching enough, is by knowing enough about this thing. Who holds it? Who pushed it already? Who might be pushing in the future? How does the chart look? What is the narrative? What is the lore? How does the community look? What is happening in TG? Once you research on all of these things, you will just be able to ask yourself to understand this feeling internally. Like, do you like it or you don't? And make a decision, like if you want to become a holder. But this is like the most powerful thing out there. And like, did you ever hear in the recent several months, with all the fuckery that was happening on Solana, that someone actually said, I'm buying small amounts every day, I feel really good about this. All you probably heard is like, I'm dumping, I'm buying into this one, let's do a quick flip, quick swing, and then I'm dumping. Like, nothing like this was happening. That's why this thing has a huge fucking potential, right? Something I wanted to share as well, very, very important piece of professional meme coins analysis.
And if you look at past cycles, the biggest outperformance have always been
very professional meme coin analysis. Pepe launched in April 14, 2023 in the midst of the bear. We'll just put this here in case some meme coin launches. So essentially this is something that was reposted to the community of YEE page, right? Which I kind of liked. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone with the birthday of Pepe. Like 2 years, I do think that we never would have been this type of meme season, this type of thing that were happening if we never had Pepe in the first place, right? Bunch of money we made. I made like probably around $2 million around the meta, around Pepe. What happened to this money is another thing. I would probably re-record a separate video because I just want to be transparent with you guys, with the community out there, right? But we definitely had this rich meme coin season because of this coin. And what could be better to essentially celebrate the birthday of Pepe with the creation of the rival on Solana? Like turn Solana blockchain into huge fans of Pepe in the first place. Because like if you're buying YEE, like it's not like a better play, but it's still like highly tied up to Pepe. And I would love for this thing to essentially come out as a better play to Pepe because Pepe is $3 billion in market cap, right? Like it's a huge ceiling out there for the project like that. Moving on, why I'm always saying they are buying, they are buying, they are buying. This is Georgie. This is something that was shared in his private TG channel. But you know how it works, guys. First they buy on chain, they buy from the main wallet. Some people know about it, right? The reason they buy is because they know people who are buying. Like, do you think that George is accumulating this thing because he doesn't fucking know who's in? He doesn't have connections. They did not talk about this in their private cabal groups. Like, he's just buying because he's of course fucking not. Of course he knows. He knows who's buying. He knows that like some things might be planned. But at the same time, for them to actually start heavily pushing it on like X and things like that, probably have to get the market cap slightly higher, right? Been buying some YEE, which has a deep lore of being Pepe's rival. Basically, all-time fans, way before Pepe launched, had discussions on which meme was best, comparing YEE to Pepe, some even saying they are disgusted of fans that liked Pepe more. Given into account that Pepe is worth $3 billion and YEE is at $1.3 million, I have a bag. I wouldn't put a crazy target, but I think $20 to $30 million in market cap is doable, considering it would be 1% of Pepe's worth in terms of market cap. It's slow cooking with a decent community. Let's see. You also have the summed up, essentially, thesis for YEE out there. George is this guy, 260,000 followers on X, 224 followers. But I know the people I follow also follow him. Essentially, he's like a YEE whale in the first place. So the reason I like these people buying Georgie, Gay, 1% T-Coin guys is because I understand that these people, they know how to value memes properly. They see value. And essentially, they are good at understanding that the real value of this thing should be higher. And if the current value is lower, they understand that one way or another, the value of this thing will essentially be going higher on enough time frame, right? I do believe like here should be like shorter term. So the floor is going to be higher and higher and higher and higher again. Crazy thing, crazy thing. This is the reason why I like this thing in the first place. And something to share as well. So we basically have a bunch of meme coins that are present. Let's say like we have Andy, we have Andy on Ethereum, we have Andy on Blast, right? Nothing comes out as a meme coin if you type like Andy. If you type Bobo, for example, right? If you type Bobo on Google, nothing comes up in terms of Bobo as a meme coin out there. Yeah, you can type Momo. Nothing is coming as well, right? At the same time, WEEF, let's check WEEF. WEEF, something is there. Popcat, something is there as well, right? What we can check out as well from Solana, right? Michi, let's do Michi. Michi, yeah, nothing is coming out in terms of Michi out there. Pepe, obviously you would have Pepe. But it's even actually tied to the football player, so it's not 100% Pepe. But something interesting. Just type YEE. What do you see? A bunch of YEE meme coin posts from like 2012. But like this thing is there. People know about it. I would say these are two basic tests for the meme coin narrative. First, you check out what is happening on Google. Second, you check out if the meme has know your meme page. In general, like it's very bullish. And it also has something like with Dank memes. Pepe came out from Dank memes. Doge came out from Dank memes. MLG came out recently from Dank memes as well and reached $150 million in market cap, right? This is there. I like this thing. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why I just wanted to provide you with the updates at this stage and formulate a more concrete thesis out there. Thank you very much for watching this one. Press the like button if you received any value from this video, and I shall be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.